Good morning, family. Happy Friday. Today's scripture is Luke chapter 6, verse 38. Give, and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be put in your bosom. For with the same measure that you use, it will be measured back to you. I call this one Give and Get Better, and it really just came to me. I finished a Bible app series that was called, let me see what the plan was. Uh-oh. It was about being set free. And gosh, I didn't even really want to talk about that Bible app, but I guess it's going to tie into the message here. But in that plan, that set free plan, the lady who wrote the devotional talks about God's peace and being set free with God's peace. And then the scripture message in the Bible app comes from where Luke is writing what Jesus said about do not be judged. Or, of course, this is after the Beatitudes and things that we use to in our everyday life. And the scripture that says, right above it says, judge not, ye shall not be judged. Condemn not, and you shall not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Then it goes into give, and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over. So now I get it, where it ties into give good and get better. When we give, and a lot of people use this, a lot of churches use this when it comes to tithes and offerings. And I thinking about the scripture and thinking about the tithes and offering part, given to church, they all say, my old church used to have a song, pressed down, shaken together, running over, and using that scripture about giving. So I thought about the going to church and joining a church or transferring my membership to this new church here in Baton Rouge on Sunday. And family, what I gave, the seed offering that I gave was $20. And I let y'all know yesterday that a police officer gave me $20 back. When I was so overwhelmed and so amazed when I tied those two together. And it made me think about something I did last week. Actually, last week. I thought about my finances. I thought about a dollar amount to pray for and what it would take to get me back in a good financial position. And so what I did, and I sent this to Andrea, but what I did was I took a dollar bill and I put $10,000. $10,000 would get me back in a good set position. And so today, what I did, and what y'all can see in my terrible handwriting, is that I see that I'm getting that money back. I'm getting what I'm giving, and when I'm giving that in love and that love offering and stuff, I'm getting it back. I may not be getting it back all the way, but what you see there is I took the $10,000 this morning. I subtracted from it, Mom, the $100 you sent me to pay my utility bill. And then I subtracted what the police officer gave me yesterday. And so now, $9,880. I'm closer. And think about yesterday, I'm closer to my breakthrough than I was 3 months ago. And as I'm thinking about this and as I'm talking to y'all now, I get the message where it said, give positive, what came to me was give positive love and receive God's abundant love back. And yesterday when the police officer gave me the $20, I went, had a good time, with some coworkers, and there was a couple at the gas station asking for money for gas. And I was like, oh, wow, okay, I do have it. I could give them something. So I gave them $5. And when I gave it to them, I didn't go into, they probably gonna use this for drugs, or they what they gonna do with this 10? Well, where's my money going? I gave because I felt good to give. I gave positively. And I believe that that's why, Luke put these verses together under do not judge. Because sometimes when people give, and I've had so many people tell me not to tithe to the church and don't give, and you giving your money to the preacher, and you giving your money to the man, and blah, blah, blah. Why I give is why I give. Why you don't give is why you don't give. That I have no concern for that. Excuse me. I'm trying to get Felicia right. And so I love that what came to me was give good and get better, because get can mean have two things. It can mean you receive better, and it can also mean you just get better. You get better, you get healthier, you get it. So that's my message to myself is, Felicia, just keep giving love, keep giving good love, and you will get better. It doesn't feel like that, for me personally in relationships, but as I focus on just giving good, being good, and look forward to getting better, and write down what I get and who it comes from, and ask God to bless that person, asking God to bless my mom, with an abundant blessing for sending me $100. God, please bless that police officer for giving me $20, getting me closer to that $10,000 mark. That's Felicia. That's what I do. That's what I'm going to continue to do, continue to be, and continue to focus on giving more positive love to myself. And I know God is going to send that positive love back to me in abundance so I can give even more. Further on in the scripture, Jesus talks about the parable of well, actually, no. In the Bible app that I was studying, she talked about the giving in abundance and it overflowing. And when you compare the scripture message today, the other translation talks about you have enough to give in the overflow. Give in the overflow. The easy to read version says you will be given much. It will be poured out in your hands more than you can hold. You will give so much that it will spill into your lap. The way you give to others is the way God gives to you. So give good, get better. I love it. That's what I'm going to go through with my weekend. I feel like I'm getting myself prepared to go to church. But y'all have a blessed and wonderful weekend. I love y'all. Bye.